Dr. Jacob Sinkoff. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me again, guys. I'm well, thank you.
Nice to see Jake again. We just saw him, a week or so ago at the Jackson College Sportsman's Banquet.
Yeah, I prevented Andy from making some wise purchases.
I was going to say,
thanks
why don't you tell everyone how you double crossed me at our own table?
Well, yeah, I was really getting excited. There's this great fishing package at the Detroit River, and that was going really low, really low. I mean, we were all sitting at the same table too, but Andy was a little behind me. I was like, man, I'm going to bid on this, but I didn't know Andy was winning.
I was going to take you fishing.
I didn't see him. Yeah, he was going to take me fishing. I didn't see him, so a little friendly fire there. But I made up for it and kept my hand down the rest of the night.
Yeah, and actually, that ended up going for a little bit more money. So
yeah. Andy was almost fishing on the Detroit River this spring, and I prevented that.
Yeah,
so.
Thank you very much, because you were going with me.
Well, the good news is you helped raise more money for...
We did.
And someone else.
Yeah, it was a great event. It was a fun event. A lot of fun.
That was the first time ever going.
Yeah,
it was a great event.
You left with some prizes. It was fun.
Yeah. My wife got her Beats audio headphones.
Yeah.
And I got some Jackson College swag. So
Perfect.
It was a great event.
You're on the Jackson College Foundation board too,
I
aren't
am.
you?
Yeah, just started this year. Great.
Nice.
So
obviously very cold weather, and this winter's different than last. We've got more people inside, more flu, and more cold-related injuries.
Yeah. So the flu's been absolutely terrible this year. We're seeing it at the urgent care and the emergency department. I'm hoping we've hit our peak. I think we have to be by how many patients we've had. Luckily, RSV, we're still seeing a little bit of RSV, but that peaked last month in January. So we're just waiting for the flu. I'm hoping it's kind of slow down the next week or two. But yeah, you're right. It's been a cold winter, and everyone's inside, so all these these viral illnesses get passed around and make it difficult, and people kind of hesitate or think, why is the flu always start in the winter? But it's because everyone's congregated inside, really, and makes it difficult, especially, I have 2 young kids, and it's hard to, it's like, do we stay sheltered inside in our house all day, or do we go and let them out in the playhouses with all their friends, which, it's just like anyone that has kids in daycare. They're just cesspools.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard when you have the kids, and it's hard to keep their hands out of things. So something we deal with.
Yeah. So remembering to get flu shots as a preventative measure. Obviously, it doesn't prevent the flu, but definitely decreases the impact the flu might have. Definitely decreases hospitalizations, deaths, ER visits.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos recently, and a lot of them from Michigan, of people who drive their vehicles on ice or drive their snowmobiles on ice, and you see more often than not some nasty injuries, and also going through the ice. Obviously, that's a huge risk.
Yeah. So that'll be a risk coming up once it starts to warm up for sure, and especially if you're unfamiliar with the body of water. Some of the lakes have springs, or there's with the Grand River connecting a lot of lakes, there's some natural flow to the lake. So there's areas that don't, kind of freeze. And obviously, any kind of, four-wheelers, especially on the ice, easy to fall off. And we see a lot of injuries related to that. In regards to hypothermia, one of the things that really exacerbates hypothermia, about, depending on where you look, between 25 and 75%. So we'll make an EV50 involve alcohol.
Really?
Wow.
So, couple reasons for the alcohol. One is obviously it impairs judgment, so you might get wet and not realize you're wet. The other thing too is, is when people are drinking, sometimes they get a little flushed. You get the redness to the skin, and what alcohol does is it causes dilation of some of your veins around the skin and everything, so it makes you much more prone to getting cold or hypothermic, because there's more blood away from your core and on your periphery.
And it is illegal to operate those under the influence.
It is,
people think because you're not on the road or anything, you can
100%. Yeah, golf carts, same.
Yeah,
same with golf carts.
Yeah. I would venture to say that number is higher than 50%.
For sure,
alcohol related.
Yeah, for sure.
What about frostbite? Have you seen any cases of that this year?
Yeah, we've seen a lot. Unfortunately, with our, kind of 2 vulnerable populations. One is elderly patients, much more prone to frostbite, and then the homeless patients also. So we're seeing a lot of that, especially with the wind, accompanying
Sure.
the cold ice. Really cold days, it's been very windy too.
How quick can that develop?
Within 20 minutes,
Really?
actually. Yeah,
Wow.
that fast.
Good
Yeah, we
Lord.
started to get frostbite, and then, yeah. So.
And people can lose fingers. And
So most important things when you start, losing, first, kind of onset is pain, especially if there's any sort of wetness involved or anything like that. Most important thing to do is just remove the wet clothes and then just warm. So you can put in warm water, obviously warm towels. One thing that's important is once you start rewarming, you don't want to get cold again because that can make the injury
Sure.
worse by honestly refreezing. So make sure you're in a place that you'll be able to be in and rewarm for a while too.
Any ice fishing hooks or auger injuries that you've seen so far?
I have not seen any yet. I'm still waiting for those. But I'm surprised I don't see more auger injuries. Honestly, as someone who ice fishes, those are tough. I went ice fishing Super Bowl Sunday, and I don't have I need to buy an electric auger. That's on my list.
Yeah, how many inches of ice did you have to go through?
10.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so it's 10, and I can
Jeez.
only imagine what it is now. But I drilled one a hole, and I called up my neighbor. It's like, I need to borrow your electric auger. I can't do this anymore. Because, like I said, you don't want to sweat, because when you sweat, you develop moisture, and then it makes, you get cold, you get cold. So anything to prevent sweating is very important. So it's like, I need to borrow that electric auger.
well, maybe the two of you can go out with your magnet fishing sometime.
We might need a guide. That's why we should have bought the professional package.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we should have.
We appreciate you coming in, and hopefully we get out of this flu season.
Yeah, hopefully
with,
next month will be better and warmer.
Dr. Jacob Sinkoff from Henry Ford and IEP. More of the Morning Show after this.